early dug such a big hole, and then the team just never quit.
Well, yeah, the turnovers and the penalties early in the game really gave them great field position. And offensively, it took us a while to get kind of our legs, our sea legs back, so to speak. But very proud of our effort. Very proud of the way the kids fought back to tie the game. A lot of places they would just cash it in, and I think it speaks to the character of our coaching staff, and it speaks to the character of our team. The way they fought back like that, we gave up a big play at the end. Listen, it shouldn't have been that close at that point. I attribute probably 17 points. The one turnover that Nick threw early in the game, we had to back him up. They were putting 9 guys in the box. We had to do something. And as experience will help him understand where to place that ball, had he placed a little farther outside, it probably isn't a pick. And the second pick is totally on me. I tried a trick play down there. I knew it had a wrist involved. And, they picked it for a touchdown, and that's one of the things. But, again, we felt we had to take some chances given as good as Marist was, and we didn't know how we were going to be able to manufacture points, given the inexperience at quarterback. And so that one's totally my fault. And so when you look at the game, the differences in the game is the turnover that I caused.
You look at, we talked going in about how good their quarterback was creating with his feet, and, man, did he ever do it.
Oh, he's a very good player, and then the sad thing, he's a redshirt sophomore, so we got to watch him for 2 more years. But he does a great job. He's hard to tackle. He's very composed when he runs. He's always looking downfield, and they do a great job with the scramble drill of getting open. And so we knew that was going to be the case. We knew that they were going to be able to move the ball sometimes, but we felt like we just couldn't sit back and just play coverage, because if you let him sit back there all day, their receivers are so good they're going to get open. So we had to apply some kind of pressure, and we had to make sure we stayed in coverage, and we were trying to double 86 as much as we could, because he's a great receiver, and that took guys out of our underneath coverage.
Obviously, his movement in the pocket took away a chance to get some pressure on him, but their offensive line did a great job of keeping the defensive line off of him as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, our pressures weren't getting there, and it's credit to their scheme, and a credit to their offensive line play.
Assess Nick. He had 339 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. You can't ask for much more than that for a kid making his first start, because, going in, it was, manage the game, and turns out he has tried to win the game.
Well, obviously very pleased for his first outing. And hopefully we can clean up the mistakes that he made. There were a couple of times where he misread coverages, and a couple of times where, there was a slant pass on the very last drive. I'm sorry, next to the last drive. That was kicked a field goal where it was open. And he said, "Coach, I just panicked. I pulled the ball down and gave it." So, as he gets more experience, hopefully those mistakes goes away, and we see an increase in productivity.
Lack of run game obviously didn't help him today.
No.
It's just the defense causing as much up, or is it still just lack of production?
Well, we're not blocking people very well right now. You watch the film. We're not blocking people very well, and so right now, we're moving the ball with 3-step and bootlegs and things like that, and. I thought Cole toward the middle of the third quarter got some nice runs, and we started hitting it in there a little bit right after the half. But excuse me. But I think that we've got to improve. We've got our offensive line has to play better. They got to improve their consistency.
Defensively, they drove down from the first touchdown in the second half. After that, they didn't do much in the second half until they had a big play.
I thought
it. Do differently.
Well, I think they were using a little bit more movement up front with their line. We put in this Viper defense that we called, where they really don't line up. They kind of move and swarm and all around. And so I think I give a lot of credit to our defense for making the right adjustments at halftime and shutting them down and giving us a couple times a good field position. When Dubs got the fumble there at the very end, you thought, here we go, deja vu. And if you look at the film, we had our opportunities to get the ball in the end zone there, and we just didn't take advantage of them.
Some of the throws that Nick made down close to the goal line, the pass to Parham for the touchdown, those were incredible throws.
Mm-hmm. And a very good throw. He's got some talent, and one of the reasons we were trying to redshirt him was so he could get that experience, getting ready to go. But I thought overall for his first start, he performed very well.
Obviously, disappointing loss, homecoming, all that goes along with that. How does this team come back from this, you still got 2 games to go, you still got a chance to have a winning season.
Well, that's what I told the team. I said, we've got to, anytime you play, Marist is a good team. They're offensively, they're one of the best teams we faced. And when you do that, you can't make the mistakes that put us in that bind. When I came out at halftime, I'm kind of going through the checklist in my mind. There were really 17 points on the board that probably shouldn't have been had we not had 2 turnovers and the penalties that extended the drive. So, next week we go out to San Diego and they're leading the league and they're pretty, it's like coming out and play the Borg right now, and we're going to find a way to get that done. And then once that's over, we come back and play Drake, which is also a perennial power in the league. So it doesn't get any easier, and that's what I told the guys. No one's going to feel sorry for us. But if we can clean up the mistakes, we can play with and beat anybody in this league. And that's what we have to continue to try to do.